playing another Total War Warhammer Battle Replay, and yeah, I'm playing Chaos again, and I brought Kolek along. They've been bringing Sigvold a bit lately, so I thought I'd go back to Kolek. Even brought Archon a couple of times, I think. So, yeah, so I've got my front line of Chaos Marauders with great weapons. I've got 3 lots of Trolls, didn't bother getting the armoured ones. I don't see the point most of the time. They're just a bit more expensive, but yeah, don't really need Trolls to be armoured, in my opinion. And anyway, Chaos Warriors, great weapons on the sides. Because, yeah, they're just really sturdy infantry, and I like using them as a flanking force. Despite the fact they're really slow, when they do finally get in behind the enemy line, they just kill everything. It's terrifying. And, you know, with the Trolls in here and the Aspiring Champions, my front line holds pretty damn well anyway, despite just being Marauders. So that's pretty sweet. Also, I've got a Exalted Hero on a Manticore for a bit of, you know, bit of harass. And I've also got some Chaos Warhounds. The plan for these guys is to basically, you know, chase down anything that was running away. But having seen his army, with all these bolt throwers in the middle, I do end up just throwing them straight at them. But yeah, he's got some pretty cool units here. So he's got a couple of miners with blasting charges on this side. He's got the Ekron miners with blasting charges, and he's got some more miners with blasting charges. Then he's got the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass. He's got the Peak Gate Guard. He's got some Dwarf Warriors. That's just the bolt thrower again. Yeah, he's got Rangers in the back, which is pretty cool. Rangers and Quarrelers. He's also got the Skulder Guard. And yeah, they're led by Grombrindle. So really insanely diverse army. Oh, and some Dwarf Warriors are great weapons there. So really diverse, really interesting this. I mean, this is by no means competitive, but it's very cool to see such a diverse, you know, group of units here, because it's really bizarre. So here he starts taking some pot shots at my Exalted Hero, so I start trying to bob and weave a bit. So he's running in with his miners blasting charges over here. So here I go for the first bolt thrower, and then I just try and pass them straight through. But with them all shooting at the Exalted Hero, I probably could have done without doing that, because I could just have him fly around in circles and they'd be wasting their time. But, ah well, you know, it kept him pretty occupied, because suddenly he charges in with all his infantry and stuff. Yeah, definitely causing a bit of a nuisance there. He even peels off some of his miners to go back there, which is pretty cool. So here, pretty sure I just sent Marauders after the miners with blasting charges, and I've already pathed all of them in, so they're all going to be charging in. And I path the Chaos Warriors just to go either side, so they can flank. So Kolek, I'm hanging back for a little bit. I want the front line to engage before I commit him. But then, really, when I look at this, I think, hey, well, he doesn't have, like, you know, other runesmiths and heroes. He's just got Grombrindle. I mean, yeah, he's got, like, the Peak Gate Guard and stuff like that. You know, pretty dangerous units. But, you know, I think Kolek can handle it. So, you know, with the Trolls backing him up, I decided to do a bit of damage to Grombrindle. Here, beautiful Lord of the Storm. So that's fantastic. Ton of damage to both those units. And yeah, the Peak Gate Guard are very expensive, so that's great for me. So, oh yeah, I actually sent some Trolls over here to try and wrap them up quicker. But these guys don't die quickly, even though they're pretty cheap units. They stick around. So here I managed to chase those guys off with the Exalted Hero and the Chaos Warriors great weapons. All this side is pretty, yeah, it's had a bit of a tough time. So I start trying to send units off some of his, you know, Quarrelers and Rangers and things, stop them shooting at me. I come with my Exalted Hero. He's pretty damaged, but, you know, he can keep the Skulder Guard busy for a while, because I don't really want him shooting at me like that. My god, that hurts. Anyway, I've got my, my Chaos Warriors actually just fighting the Bolt Thrower at the moment, but my front line's doing fine. So here, you know, I've just had these Dwarf Warriors great weapons, tying down Kolek, which is a bit annoying. But I do path him back over Grombrindle, and I spark, was it Deadly Onslaught and Star Crusher, just so I can do massive damage to him. So here you can see a lot of stuff is starting to run. So that's good news. So unfortunately, so is my Exalted Hero, which is a shame. But anyway, so I send all these guys back in, and yeah, I mean, everything's pretty happily engaged here. So those guys start running, so I think I curve these back around here. I send these guys into this group. I was waiting for another Lord of the Storm, but it just never came. It's got quite a big cooldown. And this battle hasn't lasted very long. So I decided to just let the, you know, my Marauders deal with that and bring in some more Trolls so I can get rid of these Warriors of Dragonfire Pass quicker. Of course, not the best option, because the fire damage will stop me regenerating, so it's actually really good to get them on Trolls. But yeah, at that point, everything breaks. I managed to, you know, defeat Grombrindle in duel there, because he was obviously wrapped up having to try and fight other units around him, because he's surrounded by Trolls as well as Kolek. So I don't think he was able to keep a, you know, keep on Kolek, which, you know, I think he might. I'm not sure if he'd win. I think it'd be pretty even between him and Kolek on a one-on-one. But with all the backup that I had, it just meant he couldn't get the hits in, which is pretty cool. So, pretty tidy victory that. Again, you know, I like to have more sort of even matches for these replays, but I've been really strapped for time at the moment. Work suddenly got a bit hectic. So, yeah, sorry about that. But, you know, still getting replays out, so that's what matters, right? So, yeah, as you can see, you know, his bolt throwers were not worth the investment. I mean, he chevroned them up loads as well. These just aren't worthwhile. I know Chaos bring a lot of large units, but it's an army that, you know, its one tactic is to charge everything in. So you don't have time to capitalize on these, especially when they're in the front line like that. You know, he didn't move his infantry in front of them. So, you know, that wasn't ideal for him. But yeah, Skoldigard, they could have done a fair bit of damage, but yeah, I'm not sure he's on the right targets. I mean, they managed to rout my Exalted Hero, but still, you know, I think he could have done better with maybe try and get the trolls that were around Grombrindle. So Grombrindle would have space to take out Kolek. That would have worked out pretty well. The miners, I think splitting them up as much as he did wasn't a good idea, because, you know, they're going to get pretty beaten up. So having them around Grombrindle for the extra leadership would have really helped. So yeah, a few mistakes here and there, but, you know, it's pretty cool though. Really interesting army. So it was good fun showing it. So yeah, if you guys like this video, comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day, guys.